This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
A sunrise just starting. Just the early stages of that at 6 o'clock straight up on this Monday morning. Glad you're with us. It is July 17th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Certainly glad to have you with us. Hope you had a great weekend as well. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi over in the Weather Center. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you. Lovely weekend, actually. We had a lot of sunshine around on Saturday, Sunday, a fair amount of sunshine, but we also had some afternoon storms as well. I think today we're likely to see some of those storms again form during the early afternoon. Those early afternoon showers will form near the coast first, and then they'll gradually drift inland, so that your commute home should be pretty much rain-free if you're commuting near the coast, but if you are traveling inland, there'll probably be some storms around. So across the region right now, radar pretty quiet. There'll be a lot of sunshine, I think, through the morning hours as morning clouds begin to mix away, and we'll watch a couple of areas of disturbed weather far out in the Atlantic for some tropical development there. We'll be talking about that coming up in a few. Our rain chance today comes in at about 40%. Again, first near the coast, then inland later in the day. We'll talk about the week ahead coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking the roads first off. 301 looking a little booked up as you head north toward State Road 70. Also 14th Street West, a.k.a. 41. Busy heading southbound. Into Sarasota County, nothing major to report at this hour. And then the final map will show us a little bit of a icon there in the base of your screen in South Venice. We'll check that out and have more in 15 minutes here on Good Morning Sun. Oh, let's stop. Tamiami Trail southbound partially blocked at Seminole Drive. So FYI, an update in about 15 minutes.
All right, topping our news this morning, the latest chapter in the saga over Donald Trump Jr.'s meeting with a Russian lawyer now includes the Secret Service.
Some say the Secret Service should have stopped any meeting. Reporter John Lawrence has both sides.
The list of people who were at the meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer has grown. A Russian-American lobbyist, Rinat Akhmetshin, told the Washington Post he was at the event at Trump Tower. Sources also tell CNN a translator and at least one other person were there too. The president's lawyer says he doubts they posed a threat.
Well, I've wondered why the Secret Service, if this was nefarious, why did the Secret Service allow these people in? The president had Secret Service protection at that point. That raised a question with me.
The Secret Service responded. Donald Trump Jr. was not a protectee of the USSS in June 2016. Thus, we would have not screened anyone he was meeting at that time. Members of both parties say there are still a lot of unanswered questions about the meeting and several versions told.
We don't know really what happened at the meeting. What we do know is Donald Trump Jr. did not tell the truth a variety of times.
We need to get to the bottom of this, but the only way that we're going to do it is to talk not just to Donald Trump Jr., who has offered to cooperate, for which I give him credit, but to everyone who was at that meeting and who was involved in setting up that meeting.
President Donald Trump defended his eldest son Sunday, tweeting, "Hillary Clinton can illegally get the questions to the debate and delete 33,000 emails, but my son Don is being scorned by the fake news media." I'm John Lawrence reporting.
A new poll released this weekend shows a grim snapshot of where President Trump stands in public opinion. The ABC News Washington Post poll shows Trump off to the worst start of any president since polling began. His average rating now 36%. President Trump replied via Twitter, calling it, quote, inaccurate.
Now to the latest on efforts to repeal and replace Obamacare. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is once again delaying a vote on the new GOP plan, this time to wait until Senator John McCain recovers from surgery. Senate Republicans need 50 votes to pass their bill and have already lost support from 2 of the 52 GOP members in the Senate.
You know, I think the longer the bill's out there, the more conservative Republicans are going to discover that it's not repeal.
I would estimate that there are about 8 to 10 Republican senators who have deep concerns.
The latest ABC poll shows Americans favor the Affordable Care Act over the Republican plan by a 2-to-1 margin. And as for Senator John McCain, he's still recovering after having a blood clot removed from above his left eye on Friday. His office says the clot was discovered during an annual physical. Surgeons removed it at the Mayo Clinic Hospital in Phoenix. In a statement, Mitch McConnell says McCain's surgery went very well and he is in good spirits. Doctors have ordered the Arizona senator to take a week of rest.
It has been 3 years to the day since Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 was shot down over the Ukraine, killing nearly 300 on board. The Australian foreign minister says those involved in bringing the plane down might be tried even though they're not present. They'll be tried in absentia. Most of the passengers aboard were Dutch. There were 17 other nationalities, including 38 Australians as well.
Back in the U.S., O.J. Simpson will return to court this week to face a parole board. Simpson was arrested in 2007 during a botched robbery in Las Vegas. He was charged with a number of felony counts and is now serving his time at a correctional facility in Nevada. If Simpson is granted parole on Thursday, he would be released in October. If not, commissioners will decide the date for the next parole board meeting, which could be up to 5 years away.
A massive recall alert this morning involving 7 million pounds of hot dogs. Several customers reported pieces of bones and packages of Sabrett. One customer even reported a mouth injury. Sabrett does serve restaurants and stores across Florida.
Now to severe weather plaguing the West Coast. In Santa Barbara, California, a fast-moving wildfire continues to grow this morning. The fire already consuming more than 18,000 acres. Right now, that fire is just over 40% contained, which is down from 52% over the weekend. More than 1,600 firefighters are battling the blaze, which has forced hundreds of people to evacuate. And over in Arizona, at least 7 people have been confirmed dead following flash flooding at a swimming hole. The search operation continues to find 3 people who are still missing. At least 4 people have been rescued from the water. The flash flood happened at Cold Springs, where more than 100 people were visiting when a severe thunderstorm hit. The National Weather Services issued a flash flood alert for much of Arizona that was in effect until last night. They hope the rains will start to subside today, but say there's still a chance of future flash flood warnings being issued.
And now to the opposite corner of the country, a pilot and passenger walked away after their seaplane crashed into a pond in Maine on Sunday. Witnesses say they saw the plane come so close to boats, it was shocking that nobody else was injured. No word yet as to what caused the pilot to crash in the first place.
Back here in the Sunshine State, fire officials extinguished a blaze on the roof of a SpaceX building at Port Canaveral over the weekend. 4 responders got to the fire shortly after 5 p.m. on Sunday and were able to put it out in less than 3 hours. The company recently delivered cargo to the International Space Station from one of the Port Canaveral launch pads. So far, there are no reports or any injuries.
Just a heads up, FHP is part of a big crackdown this week on the roadway across 5 states, including Florida, taking part in a thing called Operation Southern Shield. The goal is to crack down on speeding, seatbelt use, distracted driving, and impaired driving. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is putting up grant money to help FHP increase its trooper presence. Officials say the campaign is being held during the summer because of the increased number of drivers on the roads. However, all the troopers in the world couldn't have stopped this one. An Orlando man and father of 3 narrowly escaped death on I-4 after a 7,000-pound metal pipe fell on his van. Wow. FHP says a recycling truck carrying scrap metal overturned, sending a pipe 40 feet down.
I've seen crushed cars before, but like nothing in this kind of circumstance where like they were up on a upper, bridge or whatever, and it rolled out of the container and crushed a car. I mean, that's, 1 in a million shot.
Now, despite how that accident looked, the man inside escaped with minor scratches. Wow. The driver of the truck was ticketed for careless driving. Now to a crash outside Gainesville that killed a musician and left 7 others injured. FHP says a man died after his band's RV was hit by a tractor trailer. The 36-year-old was touring with a metal band called Adrenaline Mob. 1 victim's in critical condition. The others are listed in serious condition this morning. The driver of the tractor trailer did not suffer injuries. Charges are now pending, though, as the investigation continues.
A follow-up this morning on a massive sinkhole in Land O'Lakes just north of Tampa. Families returned to what's left of their neighborhood yesterday, just 2 days after that sinkhole opened. While they wanted to salvage anything above ground, officials are forbidding anyone approach the site. The hole is 225 feet across and 50 feet deep. Beyond the property damage and losses, some now fear toxic chemicals in sewage may be mixing with the drinking water supply.
We're going to do 20 random samplings starting tomorrow morning to test our water at our environmental lab, bring those results back and inform the neighborhood of what their water quality is.
While tests on the drinking water continue, experts say the risk of contamination is low, and luckily no one was injured in that massive sinkhole incident at all. So that's very surprising, and thankful for that.
Absolutely. I mean, can you even imagine waking up to hear, part of course didn't occur in the middle of the night, but it has in the past, and you know, hearing that happen to your home, it's just frightening, right?
Yeah.
Nightmare.
We are looking at, again, more rainfall across the region. It's good. I mean, if you look at the rainfall buckets, we're still a little bit down in the pail, so we could use a little more showery activity, and we'll see it this week. We'll talk about that in a second.
Also still ahead, brides across the country in a frenzy this morning.
This after a major bridal retailer closes its doors. We'll tell you who's stepping in to help after this.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait! That's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Record-setting hot weather means your AC is working overtime to keep your home cool, which can lead to high bills. That's why we're bringing in the energy experts from Florida Power and Light Company. Watch ABC 7 News from 5 to 6:30 this Tuesday to get your questions answered during the FPL Ask the Energy Expert phone bank. From free online tools to FPL's new mobile app. Learn how to save energy and money, only on ABC 7. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia. But the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Start off the morning a little on the humid side. Temperature and dew point within a couple of degrees of each other. And I think we'll probably see all of that moisture, not only at the surface, but aloft as well, lead again today to some shower and thunderstorm activity, though the timing may be a little bit different. We'll talk about that. East-southeast wind light at about 5 miles per hour. We have a 94% relative humidity and temperatures are fairly uniform in inland areas. 75 Wauchula, Arcadia at 76. So is Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch a little warmer at 77. So is Northport, 76 in Punta Gorda. Get along the immediate coastline and it starts to warm up with 80 degrees Longboat Key, 78 in Venison, 79 in Inglewood. A lot of moisture in the mid upper levels of the atmosphere created by a general southerly flow aloft. And that's also helping to steer some of the storms that you see from a southerly direction to a northerly direction. Not a lot over land right now. What we need is some kind of a convergence line, a coming together of the winds at the surface to cause the air to lift up. That will happen a little bit later today as we develop our sea breeze, first along the coastline and then moving inland a little bit later in the day. That inland sea breeze, that inland moving sea breeze, will probably start a little bit earlier today because the environmental winds are so light. The high-pressure ridge producing our general easterly flow is sinking southward, and as it does so and aligns more directly over the state of Florida, we'll start to see very light winds develop, and that will allow our sea breeze to begin earlier in response to the heating. Plenty of sunshine around for us today, not much in the way of any kind of radar echoes locally. We do have some scattered showers stretching from the Carolina coast all the way back toward Texas. That line of showers really not moving all that much. Big ridge of high pressure sitting over the deep south, providing us with our easterly wind flow today. Will tend to sink a little further to the south. But to the north of us, that's where the bullseye will be for some severe weather today. In the northeast, watch for the potential of some airport delays due to stronger storms. High pressure, our dominant weather feature, an old frontal boundary kind of meandering through parts of the Gulf Coast, mid-Atlantic region. And back to the west, a stalled frontal boundary having little impact on us. That high-pressure ridge will really direct our weather over the next several days, allowing for the light winds and the development of a sea breeze in the afternoon. With that sea breeze, we'll see the showers start around the lunchtime hour, or maybe a little after, right along the immediate coastline. And then those showers will tend to move inland and toward the other coast as we head into the drive time home. So I think for the most part, the best chance of rainfall along the coast will come during the first half of the afternoon. And then the best chance for rainfall in inland areas will come during the second half of the afternoon. But even during the second half of the afternoon, it's possible 1 or 2 showers could work their way back from some of the outflow of those inland storms a little bit closer to the coastline. So we'll watch for storms near the coast, moving inland, light and shifting winds as the sea breeze builds. And of course, a hot and humid afternoon with daytime highs in the low 90s once again. Hit 93 yesterday, probably get pretty close to that again today. We'll look for that 40% chance of showers over the next several days, increasing a little bit as we head into the weekend to about 50% chance. And again, I think the heaviest of the rain is probably going to be in inland areas later in the afternoon. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, John. Let's take a look at traffic this morning. Looks like the DeSoto and Greenbridge as you head into downtown Bradenton looking good. Other than that, a few slowdowns as you head towards I-75 east of that area. Other than that, 301 looking good in Manatee County as we head into Sarasota County. A few slowdowns on Bee Ridge Road and Clark Road heading towards the Interstate 41 looking good as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area, just your normal slowdowns. There is also a road closure though in South Venice at Tamiami Trail in the southbound lane blocked at Seminole Drive. So keep that in mind if you do take that on your morning commute. Well, it is 6:19 this morning, and it might be a bride's worst nightmare. If you're a bride-to-be, you may have experienced a bit of chaos this weekend as many learned they may not be getting their wedding dress.
A major bridal retailer shut down, leaving some without a gown ahead of their big day. Our Erica Jackson spoke to 2 local brides-to-be.
Some local brides may soon find themselves here in downtown Sarasota to find their perfect dress because one major retailer has closed its doors for good.
Finding a dress, finding someone to marry us, decorations, which we're doing ourselves.
The to-do list keeps growing for Gina and Donald's February wedding. Just weeks after Gina found her perfect gown, she received a shocking phone call from her mom about the dress designer.
They're filing for bankruptcy and literally every store has closed doors and people are not getting their dresses.
Retailer Alfred Angelo filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy and closing all 60 retail stores Thursday night. Brides across the country learning those wedding or bridesmaid dresses they ordered and paid for might never come.
We, put out $1,850 with a check, and now, we have no money and possibly no dress.
At some Alfred Angelo locations, customers are allowed to pick up their dresses. Others are offering to ship to customers, but there are no guarantees.
I was freaking out. I called my mother and I was like, what are we gonna do? I can't get a hold of the corporate office. I can't get a hold of the Fort Myers place.
Local bride-to-be Corinne Woods also learned she may not get her dress ahead of a March wedding to her fiance Timothy, but received an unexpected package at her doorstep on Saturday. The dress she ordered from Alfred Angelo in June.
It was relief, happiness, joy, like anything positive that you could think of. I was just over the moon with it.
Inside, a note from the boutique employee who helped Corinne, along with the floor sample dress, veil, and preservation kit. Corinne wants other brides to remain optimistic, but use this as a lesson.
Don't wait till the last minute because things like this can definitely happen.
Any bride or bridesmaid that purchased a dress from an Alfred Angelo retail store and did not receive it can take their original receipt to any David's Bridal location to receive a discount on their new dress. Reporting in downtown Sarasota, Erica Jackson at ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I was thinking you should get your dress now, just so there's no problems later after you meet somebody.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Thank you.
Check it off. Still heading Good Morning Suncoast. It's a Bay Area story causing national attention.
We'll have the latest on the Pasco County sinkhole and where the displaced families are now staying after this.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the usual chance of showers today. Doesn't look like it right now. A beautiful start to our sunrise right now.
I know. Some beautiful pinks, some oranges, some pastel blues in there. Gorgeous shot if you're just waking up with us at 6:25 this morning.
Like an ink blot test. What did you see?
Well, welcome back. Officials in Pasco County are keeping a close eye on a huge sinkhole that has already swallowed up 2 houses.
And now they fear that sinkhole could be growing. ABC's Victor Oquendo has the latest.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a massive sinkhole just north of Tampa, Florida, swallowing and destroying 2 homes. Neighbors capturing the second the roof comes crashing forward. The sinkhole now stable, officials say. 5 homes remain evacuated, but now the big concern, water contamination. Officials testing the drinking water of at least 15 homes in the area. Pasco County emergency officials calling it the biggest sinkhole in at least 3 decades. The gaping sinkhole is 225 feet wide and 50 feet deep.
I see a big hole and I see a lake, and I see that we're in the middle of it, and that's probably not a good thing.
You can see from our drone all that's left of a bathroom, roofing, and even a boat. A disaster area now filled with mud, sewage, and toxic debris. And we'll have a live report coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News, Land O'Lakes, Florida.
Come with us to a new world, deeper than the ocean, as unfathomable as the universe. A world that doesn't exist outside you, but within you. Where breakthrough science is replacing chemotherapy with immunotherapy. Where we can now attack the causes of disease, not just the symptoms. Where medicines once produced for all are now designed to fit you. Today, 140,000 biopharmaceutical researchers go boldly to discover treatments and cures unimaginable 10 years ago, and are on the verge of more tomorrow.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com. So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me.
Oh, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Sarasota City Commissioners waking up to a full agenda today, the controversial topics they have on the table.
Plus, a new bagel shop in Northwest Bradenton held up in broad daylight. We'll tell you what happened yesterday.
And some relief for homeless people in Sarasota, what one local organization is doing as the summer continues to heat up. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Oh, pretty sky. Look at that. Oh.
Looks a little bit like tie-dye
Yeah.
this morning. Beautiful shot in the sky this morning.
Yeah, 6:31. It is July 17th. Hope you had a nice weekend. We're back now. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Certainly glad to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying your warm cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi over in the Weather Center. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Those were pretty colors on our tower cam this morning. A little bit of cloud cover out there caused by some showers that have been around during the overnight period and some leftover showers from yesterday's activity, but nothing that's going to produce any rainfall for us this morning. We should be dry as a bone through the morning hours. Now, early afternoon, different story. We'll have showers and thunderstorms that build once again along the coastline, although radar right now not showing a drop of rain around anywhere. Those coastline showers will move inland in response to the sea breeze, which will start earlier on. Daytime heating will be a major driver of our showers again today as the sea breeze begins to form early on. A fair amount of sunshine as we get rid of some of the cloud cover that will mix away with a little daytime heating. Couple of areas of disturbed weather in the tropics, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes, and the 40% chance of rainfall for you today. Watch for those timing of those showers and thunderstorms to be slightly different than we might normally expect for this time of year. Talk about that as well coming up in just a few. Back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. A build up on 301 southbound as you head towards State Road 70. Otherwise, all clear right now in Manatee County. Sarasota County showing quite a bit of traffic already on 41 southbound after you get past the apex there at 41 and 301 and head toward Bay Vista and Weber and Siesta Drive. South County, one problem there. We see an issue at 41 southbound lane is partially blocked at Seminole Drive. Otherwise, all clear at 6:32 on your Monday morning.
Topping our news this morning, Sarasota City Commissioners are preparing to tackle several controversial issues today.
Among them, an issue involving dogs and leashes. Our Erica Jackson has this preview.
Right now, dogs can run freely in this park in the Indian Beach Sapphire Shores neighborhood, which is causing some serious drama among residents as commissioners look to tighten its leash laws citywide.
Dogs rely on playtime. It's very important for them in their development and their socialization.
Mel Harner and his pup Rosie try to visit Sun Circle Park every day.
It's a friendly place. It's a wonderful place to be, and the dogs are certainly a part of that.
That's why they hope city commissioners keep Sun Circle out of a new ordinance that will require leashes at all Sarasota parks. In March, several residents convinced the commission to include an exemption in the upcoming second reading.
The people who have dogs here are responsible for their dogs, that they won't let them off the leash unless they have a sense that they know where the dog is.
But more than a dozen homeowners say that hasn't been the case. In a letter to city commissioners, homeowner Francis Gaston questioned, why should our park not be as safe as other neighborhood parks? Gaston also acknowledged in 2015 a terrier-poodle mix was euthanized following an attack by 2 off-leash dogs. It's just one of 9 incidents since 2006, according to animal control reports sent to commissioners from residents, along with more letters and a petition.
There should be penalties for people that are irresponsible when they're off leash. Maybe that's a part of the solution.
Owners are still responsible for their pets even if the park allows off leash. Joel Worth supports keeping the park a leash-free zone, but thinks making it the city's only exemption will bring in dog owners from outside the neighborhood.
It will become a kind of a destination point for people who just want to come here because of dogs.
Earlier this year, the Parks and Recreation Board recommended all parks require leashes to make the city's ordinance more clear. Reporting in Indian Beach Sapphire Shores, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Other news now, a search is on for the 2 men who robbed a new bagel shop in broad daylight on Sunday. It happened at a new store on Manatee Avenue West called Uncle Nick's New York Style Deli. Manatee County Sheriff deputies say 2 men came in through a back door and held up the clerk. The shop just opened in April near 59th Street West in Bradenton. Witnesses describe them as 2 black males, 6 feet tall, thin build. If you can help solve this, call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen.
A corrections officer in Manatee County is out of a job this morning and may face criminal charges after a physical altercation with an inmate. Surveillance video shows Deputy Paul Wagner lifting an inmate, spinning him around and then forcing him to the floor face down. According to the incident report, an inmate was found with a stash of oranges, which is considered contraband. The inmate confronted another deputy, which led to that altercation. The inmate suffered a broken nose and teeth. Here's what some locals had to say after watching some of that footage.
My initial reaction is not surprise, but it is one that says, here we go again.
The guy's up against the wall and there's 3 other officers there. So I think that's uncalled for.
Why slam somebody? We didn't see anything prior to him all of a sudden slamming this guy to the floor. I mean, there's got to be another way.
A career service board will hear Wagner's appeal for his termination at the end of the month. The state attorney's office will decide if criminal charges will be filed against that former deputy.
In Northport, police met over the weekend with some residents at an event called Coffee with a Cop. It was held Saturday at Dunkin' Donuts. Officers and locals discussed important issues in Northport involving policing.
I think it's very important to have that community police relationship. We cannot do our job without the community. As far as we're concerned, when we talk about community policing, they are part of our department, the police department, and we are part of the community.
They really, truly lay their life on the line every single day. So, and that's why we came out, just to show them support.
Meantime, Sarasota Police will look to enhance its relationship with the community and between its regular Coffee with a Cop sessions. The department is hosting its Tweet from the Beat event on Twitter this Thursday starting at 5:30 p.m. A local ministry spent Sunday after morning services helping the homeless in downtown Sarasota. Members of PACE Ministry passed out cold water, deodorant, shampoo, toothpaste, feminine products. The event was based in 5 Points Park. One longtime homeless man grew emotional as he expressed his gratitude to the ministry.
Just don't condemn the homeless. A lot of us are out here for extraneous circumstances. So just show a little compassion.
PACE Ministry says they'll do it again next month as well. And a taste of summer on the Suncoast has come to an end for Selby Gardens. The final band was Solar Coaster, a popular local group. Selby Gardens has been hosting these monthly shows since February. For future events at the facility on the Bayfront, just go to selby.org.
Well, we all know families value portraits, but sometimes we forget to include our four-legged friends. However, thanks to Art Center Manatee, families were able to bring their pets to the Bradenton Art Center on Saturday for paintings of their favorite animals and their paw prints as well.
It's a really fun family day. It was all free, so it was something to do on a hot summer day.
We had fun. We had fun seeing all the dogs and the people.
And there's cats in there too, but then we looked at the artwork.
Well, Art Center Manatee is now featuring several galleries centered around local artists with an eye for painting animals. If you'd like to see their work, you can head over to Art Center Manatee, which is near the South Florida Museum in downtown Bradenton. Certainly a great keepsake for those if you have any pets at home.
Yeah, very nice artwork there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, so last week the forecast showed a lot of rain toward the interstate, but now you're saying it's more toward the shoreline. Is that accurate?
No, I think everybody gets a little shot at it. It's just the timing that's going to be a little bit different.
Got it.
So the showers will start near the coast first and then move in.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, you were right then.
There you go.
Oh, good. Thank you.
We'll just have you do the weather.
No.
We'll detail that forecast coming up in a few.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. The numbers are in, and there's a new #1 movie at the box office.
We'll tell you what film trounced Spider-Man after this.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
I'm Alan Cohn. The Confederate Memorial here on the Suncoast, a symbol of hate or heritage. We'll hear what local groups are saying about the statue at the Manatee County Courthouse.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Air temperature comes in at 77, 76 now, dropped a degree, and a dew point value coming in at 74. So pretty close to one another, temperature and dew point. That means that relative humidity is high. It's the way it works. Definition of relative humidity coming in at 94% right now. East-southeast wind comes in at about 5, a light wind, so we'll have plenty of opportunity to develop a sea breeze today. 75 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish. Bradenton comes in at 76, so is Lakewood Ranch. Northport at 77, and we have temperatures a degree or two warmer near the coastline with 78 in Inglewood and Venice, and Longboat Key coming in at 79. Across the peninsula, not a lot of activity over land except in the very southern tip, and in the Panhandle we're seeing some activity as well. Lots of moisture, though, as evident by the numerous showers in Gulf waters and Atlantic waters that have developed at this early hour. That moisture will allow for showers and thunderstorms over land as soon as we get a little mechanism going on to produce those showers, and that will come in the form of a sea breeze building later in the day. It'll start along the coastline first, and then the whole thing will move inland as we progress into the afternoon. Across the nation today, if you're a traveling individual heading up toward the northeast, you'll probably get some airport delays. There's a good chance of seeing some stronger storms in the northeastern corridor, and those storms could produce some airport delays at Kennedy, LaGuardia, Newark, even all the way down toward the Washington, D.C. airports. And then back to the west, Minneapolis, St. Paul, you could have a problem there today as well with airport delays. High pressure over the deep south, the dominant weather feature, old frontal boundaries and coastal convergences creating some showers ongoing through the morning hours, but with high pressure sinking south, winds over the peninsula itself light enough that we get to see our showers and thunderstorms develop early on. Plus, with a general southwesterly wind developing in the afternoon, that'll aid that sea breeze in moving inland a significant distance, so that the showers that build along the coast around the lunchtime hour or a little after will gradually drift into inland areas by drive time home, making the inland rain chance at about 60%, and that by inland I'm talking along the spine of the state, while the coastal rain chances will be closer to about 40% and start a little earlier on. Now, it is possible that around the sunset hour could see some of the outflow from some of the storms that build produce a shower near the coast, but that rain chance will be much, much smaller than our afternoon rain chance. So storms moving inland near the coast first, and then light and shifting winds, first southeast, then developing a little more southwest in the early afternoon, and a hot and humid afternoon with air temperatures probably in the 92-degree range, and feels like temperatures closer to the upper 90s to near 100. So the south wind coming up in mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, helping to enrich the moisture supply, getting rid of that dry air that we had earlier on in the first half of the weekend, so that the RPM computer model shows those showers building near the coast and then moving inland by about 3 or 4 o'clock and gradually drifting further and further away from the coast. And I think tomorrow's forecast is probably going to be kind of similar to that. Maybe as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll have shifting winds such that it'll favor the coastline more than inland areas. So kind of a reversal in that pattern that we've seen developing today. Our best chances of heavier rainfall will be toward the spine of the state, as that's where the heaviest of the rainfall will be located. Forecast calls for about a 40% chance of showers today and tomorrow, and probably Wednesday as well. Then rain chances starting to go up as we head into the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, 301 heading southbound, seeing your biggest congestions in Manatee County. Also State Road 70 heading east and westbound, seeing a few slowdowns. I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Just your normal congestion throughout Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Road. As we head into South County, again, that accident is still reported. It is a blocked road, rather, and it is closed from Durian Road to Seminole Drive on Tamiami in the southbound lane. So keep that in mind if you head throughout that area on your morning commute. 6:46 on your Monday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, researchers say they've developed a better way of scanning someone's heart to predict who is most at risk of a heart attack or a stroke.
By using a CAT scan, they found a way to identify which layers of fat were inflamed or unstable. Now, if this method holds up, doctors could treat patients much earlier. The way it stands now, by the time someone knows they have blocked arteries, it's too late to do much more than bypass surgery or put in a stent to prop open the narrowed vessels. About 750,000 Americans have a heart attack every year. Entertainment news, Spider-Man has been tops at the theaters for the past couple weeks.
But it wasn't enough to hold off Planet of the Apes. Rick Damagella has the answer.
What's my stance on 9/11? Anti.
The Big Sick expanded into wide release in its 4th weekend. The already impressively performing rom-com shot into 5th place with $7.6 million.
He ain't even listening.
Baby Driver went into reverse, slipping from 3rd to 4th with $8.8 million, while Gru and his minions from Despicable Me 3 dropped to 3 with $18.9 million.
It's too larby? Not larby enough.
Spider-Man Homecoming's web wasn't sticky enough to hold on to 1st place for a 2nd weekend. The web slinger swung into 2nd with $45.2 million, bringing its domestic gross to just over $208 million.
What?
War for the Planet of the Apes won the weekend with a $56.5 million debut. The latest Apes flick managed to just meet the low end of pundits' predictions for its opening frame. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Famous line from the film that laid the blueprint for zombie movies. Night of the Living Dead director George Romero passed away from lung cancer on Sunday. He had been called the father of modern horror flicks. His producing partner, Peter Grunwald, said he passed away while listening to the score of one of his favorite films called The Quiet Man. Romero was 77 years old.
And another Hollywood legend has also passed away. A publicist for Martin Landau says the Oscar-winning actor has died. Landau died Saturday of unexpected complications during a stay at UCLA Medical Center. Landau was known for his leading role in the Mission Impossible TV series. He also starred in Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. He died at 89 years old.
Also won an Oscar in '94 for his movie with Johnny Depp called Ed Wood. Up next, your local news headlines, and we'll tell you about your chance to own a piece of space travel history.
How you can still take one small step towards the moon after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetzy. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
I'm Cindy Lou. I'm Susie. I'm Missy. And I'm Betty Jean. And we're the Marvelous Wonderettes. Mr. Sandman.
Experience the best girl group songs from the 50s and 60s live on stage at the Players Center July 12th through the 23rd. Call 941-365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll fall in love with the Marvelous Wonderettes.
I'm so alone.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror. Start your day with Ray, Jacqueline, and John, the new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
There you go, folks. We're not making this up. Beautiful shot on this Monday morning. Also World Emoji Day, and there's a little emoji right there.
I know, it is World Emoji Day. Some of my favorite ones are the the praise one, that's what I like to call it, the crying, laughing face. That one's always pretty funny. And the heart,
Yep.
Gotta love that one as well.
6:53 on this July the 17th.
Welcome back. Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
The search is on for the armed robbers who held up a new bagel shop in northwest Bradenton. Broad daylight Sunday. It happened at Nick's New York Style Deli on Manatee Avenue West. Two men came in a back door and held up a clerk.
Plus, among the items on today's Sarasota City Commission agenda, rules on dogs on leashes and an issue on banning medical marijuana dispensaries despite voter approval. That meeting starts at 2:30 p.m.
And the Pace Ministry spent Sunday passing out supplies to the homeless. The event took place in 5 Points Park in downtown Sarasota.
Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County this morning, 301 and 41 heading southbound, really seeing your biggest slowdowns. I-75 looking good, though, as we head into Sarasota County. Looks like the Green Bridge and DeSoto Bridge are pretty clear if you're heading throughout that area this morning. In Sarasota County, looks like Bee Ridge Road heading towards the interstate, seeing some slowdowns, as well as 41 heading southbound, seeing some more congestion as you pass between Fruitville and Bee Ridge as we head into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area, just your normal slowdowns. There is a road closed from Durian Road to Seminole Drive on Tamiami heading southbound, so keep that in mind if you take that on your morning commute. John?
So a mix of sun and clouds to start the day, followed by a little bit more sunshine by mid-morning along the coast, but that quickly gives way to cloud cover and a chance of showers along the coast. Then those showers move inland. You return to sunshine along the coastline, and temperatures become warm into the low 90s and humid as well. That same pattern should reproduce itself over the next several days before everyone gets a chance at those afternoon showers and thunderstorms toward the end of the week and into the weekend.
Well, John, if you ever dreamed of being an astronaut, and I'm sure you have, you can still take one small step toward the moon. Sotheby's is auctioning off a bag that Neil Armstrong used to collect moon samples in 1969. NASA says the bag still contains remnants of lunar dust. It's expected to sell for between $2 and $4 million. Here's a good one. The current owner bought it at an auction of items seized by U.S. Marshals. He says he had no idea what it was until NASA confirmed it. That was a good garage sale buy he had there.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That never would happen to me.
No. That's a good purchase. All right.
Fantastic.
6:56. Enjoy your Monday, folks.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.